All right. Beginning a new session of Ruins of the Azlant. I know everybody's having a good time. I hope you're having a good week before Christmas. This is our last one of the year. So says the I Love Crafting shirt. So, as you get to see a little bit of our kitchen, I got things cleaned out here. And so it should be pretty good for you guys. Hope you enjoyed today. Hope everybody has a great time with the session. And what? What? I'm not going to make it big every time, sweetie. All right. So, sorry. Munchkie. Munchkie has struck. So, all right. Welcome and have fun. All right.
Morning, Rick.
Good morning. And how's everybody this fine December?
Yeah, I'm the only one in here. I'm the only one in here so far.
So the rest of them haven't joined into the fray yet. I saw them out there in the text chatting portion of it. That's all right. It's all good. Oh, I am ready today, I think.
Oh, that's good. Do you remember offhand what the spells are, the 3 from 2E that you added in?
Yeah, I added in...
Electric Arc is one. I know that one, but I can't remember the other two.
Oh, let me go get the other two. Hang on. I can probably pull them up from this. Hang on real quick. Let me get my 2E book here. Since I've got my
Good
iPad.
morning, fellas.
Good morning.
Laura.
How are you?
Good.
How
are you guys doing?
I'm live.
Well, that's always better than the alternative.
Yeah, hopefully I won't be coughing today and driving you guys nuts with that. So.
Oh, got sick?
Yeah, it happens
That's
over
never
this.
fun.
No, it's not. Yeah, but you know, you still work with it and work through it. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see. 2E. There's the 2E. All right. Let me go to the spells, and I can tell you the spells that I added in. There we go. All right. First level spells. I hope.
No, 0 level spells, right?
0 level. I'm sorry. 0.
That's important. I need my cantrips, man. It's important.
Yeah, I'm kind of going back through the spell section. I picked the middle, unfortunately. Let's see. There. Right there. Yeah, it looks about right. Okay. Alright, so what we have on the spelly kind of stuff for 0 levels. And let's see, it says cantrips. I did the electric arc. I did where are the other ones? That was just off the one. Here's the divine cantrips. Read aura, and I believe the other one was the chill touch, but let me make sure. Yeah, I think it's chill touch. So it's chill touch, electric arc, and read aura.
Okay.
So. I don't think there was any other ones I'm looking. Nope, Disrupt Undead's already one you guys will have. Teleconnect. Yeah, all the other ones are ones you guys have. So. Oh. Drinking some coffee. Some good news is they took the Monster Codex and finally got that on here. And they've got the Melee Tactics Toolkit. So any of the feats off of the Melee Tactics are on here. So they're slowly catching up. It's just taking them forever. So the good thing is it means less stuff I've got to input, fortunately. All right. Now, you know that everybody was outside, I guess, the caverns the last time after Adrestia made the deal. So that's the starting point this week for anybody that's got questions.
Mm-hmm.
Or not Adrestia. Yeah, it was Adrestia who made the deal. Wasn't it?
Yeah, it had to be because it was Markale, so yeah.
Yeah, it was Markale. Markale and her deals. There we go. All right. Let's see if I can get everything set out. I've actually got my kitchen table totally cleaned off, which is beautiful. So now I'm sitting at the kitchen table for once.
Nice.
Yeah. Well, and Kim still hasn't got all the things out yet, so hopefully by Monday we'll have all these out. She was sick too, so she was hoping to get them done sooner.
Well, actually, that works out well because Josh is getting his address and stuff over to you today.
Yeah, so. I saw that. I got that from him, which is good.
Perfect.
That'll give me everything I need there.
So Mark's asking NPC name question to clear up something. In session 1, you said the Peregrine Quartermaster Brady was named Alba Bean Counter Brady, which is what I actually wrote down.
It was Alba Bean Counter Brady.
Okay, and that is the correct name for that one.
Well, actually, no. Actually, it may not be. Hang on here. Alba was the dwarf potioneer. The ship's people.
Yeah, that's what he was saying, was that there was the other Alba, which is the potioneer.
Yep. So,
I think he's hoping that you keep the last name Brady, but change the first name.
Everyone always does. Everyone always does. All right. Let's go into the names of everybody. Let's see where they got them. Not there. Okay. So I go back there. All right. So the Peregrine's crew. You got Captain Jacob Marcosi, who's the captain. He's a middle-aged human who was the one commanding the ship. Mm-hmm. First mate Nerath is a half-elf. So she is a very striking-looking half-elf. Navigator Tyra Swain is a human oracle. Boatswain Riarg, of course, is a half-orc. And then Alda, A-L-D-A, not Alba, Alda,
that's the difference.
Bean Counter Brady. And she's a halfling. Okay. There you go. That's... And close. On the Marcosi, it's S-I.
Okay.
Other than that, everything else is dead on. Alright, let's see. There we go. So you get your Brady, yeah. Now, who you guys... Now, Alba Divinvar is the potion creator. And she's a weathered dwarf that has a tropical look to her. In fact, she looks like maybe she's out of like Sargava and some of those areas. She's traveled many places.
She was the dwarf, right?
Yep, she has gray and black hair with braids in it, no beard, and several charms that are woven into her hair. And then you had Anya Sandstrider, who was the tribal person that is out of Varicia. She is Shonti, and she's from the Moon Clan, from what you guys are able to understand and talking to her over time. She's bald like most Shonti women, They believe that, unfortunately, hair is a disadvantage when you're in a fight, and so they don't want the hair used against them. That's why most Shonti women are bald and tattooed. It's kind of one of those things. Okay, let's see. And then you have Carver Hastings, who is the Pathfinder, venture person who is a part of this expedition. You have Eamon Caranth, who is the half-elf cleric of Erastil. Harcourt Carrowby, who is your love of Markales, and I say that very lightly. The one she's influencing. Mm-hmm. And so he is the later-born son in a clan of several, and he's looking to, his big dream from what she's told you, is to do a horse ranch operation here.
Beep boop.
And then, who else we got? Luton Kalewick. Luton Kalewick's kind of a balding, brown-haired man, huge. He wears a chain shirt, big old furry mustache, and he is the apprentice. Well, he was going to be the apprentice smith. He is now the master smith of the forge, working with your gnome. That's where your gnome is right now, working with him. Lyra Heatherly is the love of Shara's life. She is the half-elf with kind of a pinkish red hair, and she is one of the explorers that is used by the colony. And, of course, Ramona Avadanth was supposed to relieve the current governor, but he is nowhere to be found. So she, by proxy, is governor. I'm thinking if I'm leaving anyone else. Oh, yeah. Peril Bays. Peril Bays is kind of the shy archiver, scribe, historian of the colony. Now, there's other ones you guys have seen in the colony that you may want to get to know, but these are the ones that are the most striking of anyone that you guys have talked with. So if you want to write up any of that, you're more than welcome to. Sean, anyone else who isn't in voice. I saw Mark's there, Adeline's there, which Laura's there.
Yeah, I just popped in and caught the last part of that.
Yeah. I was going through all the different names in the colony. Those are the most significant people that I've gone through that are part of the colony.
Yeah, sir, I didn't get any of that down. I'm rushing home right now.
Oh, that's okay.
You got it.
Sean's got it. Sean will.
No, I don't.
I
got the names. I didn't get anything else. I was busy switching my spells out.
Switching
my spells out. Trying to get caught up on that.
That's okay. You won't need to know any names when you die.
Oh.
Right.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah, you know.
Don't bother studying.
And there is
saying
also
stabilize would be a good spell to take for a cantrip. Okay.
Okay, so there is a second mate on the ship that I forgot. The ship's doctor, Dr. Galeus, and he is a gnome. And from what you can see,
Galeus with a G.
Galeus, Gael, like a Gale, I-U-S.
Okay.
He doesn't have a last name necessarily. Just know him as Dr. Galeus.
He is a gnome, you said?
Yes, and you can see he wears a holy symbol around his neck. It looks to be like a peacock. For anybody who might know deities of the thing, yes.
Let's see. Do I have any chance to roll? Oh, will you allow me to, when we hop into Fantasy Grounds, to roll a religion check on that, just out of curiosity?
Of course.
Okay.
You can always do that.
Is FG up yet, or are you still getting to that?
Oh, yeah, it's up.
Okay.
I've had it up for an hour.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm going to need that connection info. I popped an update, and it dropped the connection info when I did that.
Well, if you go under the notes of this, in the section of Discord, I put up a special note-tagged section for you guys.
The good old pins.
The pins. I did that for a reason. That way we wouldn't have to redo it all the time. Yes.
All right. I'm not seeing it in the pins, but I could be blind.
It's not in the pin. If you want to pin those last 2 chat messages, though, that way it'll always be in there.
Yeah, Rick. I can pin it. So where is it? It was supposed to be in there. All right, let's see.
Is it in this chat, or is it in another chat, maybe?
It may have been in another chat, but you never know. All right, let's see. Let's go to Ruins of Azlant, and let's pin that. I'll go like this, and pin messages. All right, so why is it not pinning it for me? Hang on here. Let's go back. Pin message. There we go. Oh yeah, pin it. Alright, so now it is pinned, and you'll see it. It'll have Dr. Galius's information plus the login info.
Yeah. I can't remember what my username is. Did I just use my first name on that? Or did I...
That's a good question. I don't create the usernames for you. The username I have is Chunk for Mark. For Sean, it's Sean, and in the middle stroke, Aurora. And then Adelind, a.k.a. Laura, for Laura. That's where you guys come up, at least. Just let no address to you, we're live. Let's see. Let's see, we are on voice. FG is up for him. Alright, gotta do all my direct messages to make sure everybody knows.
Are you all awake?
Yeah. Well, I don't know about Max. He might be. I'm just finishing up a YouTube video, a series of reviews. Everybody's a critic. Everybody's a critic.
Have to be.
Alright, let's see. Message. FG is up, and we are on Discord.
Why am I not seeing spells listed?
They should be. If you got to pull them over, I think. They're under characters. God, where were they? They are under actions, I think. Is it? No. No.
Yeah, they are in actions. I mean, that's where the spell list is for mine. It's under actions, and then I pull it over and it rolls it accordingly as needed or whatever. But when I click the spells button under the tab list on the right-hand side, it doesn't list any spells under the group of all.
Well, that sucks.
Makes it kind of hard to rearrange my spells when I don't have access to any of the other spells.
Let's see, where do I get you guys access? I gotta get you guys access here. Players. Alright, I should have skills. I should have races. There's spells and skills. Does that work?
No, spells is there. Like, I've got the button, but that doesn't like, I don't think the modules are shared.
Oh God, no. No. I don't share any of that stuff with you guys. No. That stuff's
Oh, never mind. I don't have any for some reason it didn't auto load in like it normally does the modules that I select. That's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think there was an update to Final Fantasy Grounds.
Fantasy Grounds, yeah, there must have been.
Because I got a little blip whenever I told it to update.
Oh, I hate coughing. I will just say that now. It's just a tickle in the back of my friggin' throat, but it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
Okay, there's Talmandor's Bounty. So I will share it with everyone. And then I will shrink it as
Good God.
Yes, when I was a young warthog. You can tell I have Disney music again in the background.
Thing spans across both of my computer screens, by the way.
Region map. There's you guys. With all the dead people. They're dead people.
You're not shrinking. Well, that actually looks okay, I guess.
Let's see. There's Azlant, Markale, Felix, our favorite Varisian investigator, Aurora, Chunk, Syl. Who are we missing? Adeline. No, Adeline. There's Adeline there.
Oh, no, they changed.
No, I'm not there yet. Sorry, I'm rushing home. I just got in the door. I was helping my niece with her science fair project and ran behind.
Okay, no problem. It's not like I'm going to kill you for not being.
To load up.
It's not like I'm going to kill you for not being here, you know.
Hey, you have 4 minutes before you're late. Don't stress it.
Yeah.
Well, I have been listening to the chat, so I wouldn't miss anything, but I just won't be online for a couple minutes.
What's missing things once in a while, you know? It's no biggie. No biggie. All right. And by the way, the rains have passed. It is nice out right now. Kind of a little bit swarmy in heat.
It's good to know.
The heat's probably in the 80s and very humid. Very, very humid.
Hello, fam.
Hello. Welcome. Welcome. All right, so we've got, I think, everybody. Let's see, we've got addressed. Yeah, no.
I think we're missing Max still, aren't we?
Yeah, we're missing Max. We have almost everybody. Felix slept in. Bad Felix.
Well, he has a cat, and it was wet outside,
yes,
so he probably ran away, actually.
Get a rolled newspaper. Time to smack him on the nose.
Okay, I got that done. There we go. Beautiful. Okay.
Don't make a mess, child. I know I'm asking miracles. God, I can't believe this is our last one of the year.
Yeah, it's about that time.
I know, yeah.
I know. But yes, everybody, next week, I've been even bad with my kids. I haven't even sent my kids present money yet. It's just this week has been kind of, my work's been really good too. They've upped our paychecks, my paycheck, by about $200 extra for three pays. I know, right? That was their little thank you. I'm like, yay, Merry Christmas. I'll take it.
Heck yeah.
They've just been good lately. I mean, and it looks like I'll hopefully make my bonus numbers again, which
nice.
God is needed. And then my sister tells me, she goes, okay, little brother, I'm sorry it's taking longer, but Mom and Dad left us more money. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. She goes, nope, to the tune of another $16,000 each. I'm like, oh my God.
How? That's a lot of money to, not know about.
My parents have left $84,000 apiece for us. Now, I've used a lot of it to pay bills and get rid of. I mean, this $16,000 is going to sit, a lot of it.
Good.
But I was stunned. I mean, I'm like, I was able to pay off a car, debts. I'm like, I have never been able to do that. Even with the good jobs, I wasn't. So, just thankful for my parents. They always watched out.
Yeah, hear that.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And they weren't the richest people either. They just knew where to... My mom was good at putting money away. And that was her strength. I mean, she grew up in a very poor family, a steelworking family, and she just said, not in our family. So
Player module, that's the one that you shared with us,
yes,
right?
Yes.
That one. Okay.
The player's guide you'll have stuff on.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, it does.
Hey, welcome back, Josh. I ran you last week. You ate something. You ate something new. You had turtle. Well, actually, not yet. You have turtle soup cooking, thanks to Felix. There was a mutated turtle you guys killed on the beach while the rest of them went flouncing in the water tunnels.
Lovely.
And we have a wiki now. Also, thanks to that adventure, I decided to look up how to eat turtle, and I've learned terrifying things about people eating snapping turtles. apparently after you behead them, they're still dangerous.
They'll still snap you.
They'll still snap you. That's not an animal. That's a mutant.
Or a demon, one of the two. I don't know what yet. So you have a new thing to fear.
That's not even the worst thing that nature has to offer. There are actual... one thing that became famous not too long ago was a fungus that infects the species of ants that basically... You know those zombies in Left 4 Dead, the ones that are funguses that flick? Or not Left 4 Dead, it was...
No, it was The Last of Us.
The Last of Us.
The Last of Us. Yeah. Those were actually influenced by an actual fungus species, except that it affects ants.
Oh, and it affects spiders, too. The cordyceps. You know what? Here's the thing. Stay out of the jungle. Just don't go there. There's nothing in the jungle that you really need.
Nothing worth dying for.
Now, that's said by Adrestia when you guys are in the middle of an island. That's
my general that's my general sentiment about Australia.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Hey Rick,
yes,
I've got the player module loaded in on my end, but I'm still not seeing the 2 E spells, the 3 spells that you. I see electric, or I did see electric arc. I don't know if I still see it. I do see electric arc, but I don't see the other 2 in the list.
The
chill touch is there. Chill touch is there, but it's the original Pathfinder version. It's different.
Okay, so I'll have to.
So did I gain experience for the sessions I missed?
Yes, you did, because the GM has run you, so the experience that I posted up, you have gained.
I don't know what that is.
Go find it. To go back and pin. All right.
Well, how about this? What is it? What is someone else's experience? I'll just copy paste.
Yeah, I mean, literally, you could. Well, with some. Where else?
You could copy my experience, but it'll cost you. Would you like to sign in blood, soul, children? Money also works, but I don't think you can afford it.
Yeah.
Sil can give you a firstborn son.
What Josh fails to mention is it's not Sil's firstborn son.
Yes.
Potato.
Or knowing her, it could be hers. It could totally be like that one episode of Bender when he wanted to get the devil robot's army.
There it is. Good job,
Mark. It'll be your firstborn son. He goes, picks him up, throws him right into hell.
All right, so Mark posted that up. I'm going to put a pin on it so that way I can pin the message.
There you go.
Now, I put up a Ruins of Azlant general chat. So, to make this easy, the Ruins of Azlant one above it, the ROA one, will be more for the game stuff. So anything in game needed. Just general, hey, how's your week? How's everybody? Love ya. Use the Ruins of Azlant general.
Yeah.
That way we can keep it easier, and that way it doesn't, if somebody's got to look back, they don't have to go through 7 days of general texts. That makes sense?
Yep.
All right. We aim to please. So, just think very soon, next weekend. Sean actually got an extra present because we did this Pollyanna thing with the Thread Raiders. I got Sean. It was so funny. I'm like, okay. So he has an unopened package from, what is it, Loot Crate?
No. 2 packages from Tabletop Loot.
Tabletop Loot. That he hasn't opened yet, hopefully.
No, they're still sitting in my closet. Still sitting on the same shelf I put them on.
Well, and Joy got me some stuff. So the one I haven't opened, but Kim's already figured it out. She's like, I won't tell you, but I know what it is. I'm like, okay. The other one...
Well, the one Rick has a fragile sticker on it. So I've kind of ascertained the general quality of what is inside.
Yes.
And I am very excited because I only have 2 other of those, and I need a third one actually.
Beautiful.
Although it'll be less of an issue once I'm moved into my own apartment and the roommate is in his own apartment.
Yeah, not destroying your stuff.
Well, not destroying it, but he has a tendency not to wash out dishes, and that really, really is one of those things that just irks me. I'm like, okay, I don't even ask you to wash. I just want you to rinse them out.
Yeah, just get the gunk off of it.
Yeah. Anyway, so no, that'll be highly appreciated, and that'll become my Saturday morning, every other Saturday morning.
I just do that. I just have my dishwasher do all the work.
God, I wish I had one of those.
The only reason I rinse them out is because, I don't wash them out, so they'll still sometimes have a little bit of stuff on there. But if you rinse them out first, then if there's anything like that can stick to it, it'll actually prevent it from sticking to it long term. And it also makes sure that you don't have odors that linger in your sink if you don't actually clean your dishwasher out fast enough.
Well, being the incredibly lazy person that I am, I usually just pour some water on them and soak them sometimes for a few days, and then put them in the dishwasher, and then just use one of those wipes, Lysol wipes to wipe out.
There you go.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. At least, but I don't mind it once in a while, because we do it here too. I mean, Kim will get home, she's tired, she eats, she puts them in the sink, it's over, and that's just kind of how it is. But it's nice when you are a roommate to kind of wash out the things, because, you don't want your roommate to want to shoot you every week. But then again, some don't care.
Unless that's your goal, yeah.
Yeah. It's, it all makes it fun and games until you lose an eye.
Yep.
All right, so I've got everything this week. I have printed
which with your wife, Rick, is a very real possibility.
She is fun. She has gotten more funny and sarcastic since we've come up here, which is great.
Yep.
It just gets better and better. Well, she'll say it. Meanwhile, I'm charging my phone. Yeah, you don't get voice, Max. No, we've turned Felix off. He is the silent meowing cat. So we'll use meow speak instead.
Just so you know, Max, I'm taking this as a victory for Markale.
He's not in voice chat. He's in voice chat.
I know. What's the sign in on fantasy? Look, yeah, that's all right. Before I get that up, everybody will have the 10 things like that. This will be funny. I'm typing it in. There you go. There you go, Adrestia. Oh, it hurts.
I appreciate your leadership. You get discounts at the general store.
Oh, it hurts.
Adrestia, are there on the portal thing that you did? Does that have any way to have like a not publicly visible item?
Yes.
There are GM secrets that you can attach to each one of those. Unfortunately, Adrestia, or fortunately, depending on your point of view, is considered the GM since she owns the portal.
No, it was less that. I was trying to see if there was any way that we could have the Fantasy Grounds info pinned, like basically pinned in there.
Yeah, I think there might be like some way of pinning that like on the front page. I'll figure it out. I can always give GM powers to our lovely Rick.
Oh God, help you.
And I can also make the wiki private at any point as well.
Well, that's okay. Knowing how mirthful and wicked I can be, considering I'm wearing a I Love Craftian shirt today. You guys get a kick out of that if you end up looking back. It's got a little Cthulhu on there, and he's making all kinds of little things.
We've got an agile development team named Cthulhu's Chosen. They work with the lab.
It's baby Cthulhu. What could baby Cthulhu possibly do?
You know, baby Cthulhu is always so upset because people are always misspelling his name.
I know. They missed that other H. How dare they?
This is what causes children to turn into wicked, evil, mind-flaying overlords.
That's right.
Really? That's the thing?
Yes, and that's what's caused.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
That's how the mind flayers came into existence. They're
just baby Cthulhu.
Yes, he got tired. And for kicks and giggles, he threw in the beholders just to have fun.
I have questions, but I can't really refute it, so...
You have questions. And they're all not good. Oh my gosh.
Let's just say, I want this myth busted.
Get Adam Savage on the phone.
Oh, it hurts. It hurts. It really does. God, let me coughing from all this. Sorry. I'm still getting over being sick. I love being up here. But my car has no salt on it right now.
Woohoo.
That's a first.
Yeah, we really haven't had a real good snow for there to be like a salt apocalypse.
Oh, God. I love those. That's when your car becomes just rust. It is rust. Forget anything else.
It's 50 degrees outside right now.
We have about what you have. We're 50 and a little bit rainy. It's gorgeous.
Nope, the high will be 59 today.
I know. It was 64 yesterday. I'm like, wait, this was winter. I thought it was winter. And then we go right back down.
Today is supposed to be 35.
Yeah, I always tell people that Texas doesn't really have a winter so much as just a monsoon season that sometimes gets chilly.
Yeah, it's about what it is. Well, except the Panhandle. The Panhandle has a winter. Everything else, meh. It just depends. Heck, the world may come to an end. The Cowboys are going to another playoff. And dominantly. And the Browns. God, the Browns might actually make the playoffs.
Yeah, believe me, I have a lot of Browns fans that are from the Canton area, and they're as surprised as anyone.
Yeah, I mean, he's like, you get one quarterback from Oklahoma, and it all just changes in a heartbeat. So, go figure.
Also, Mark, I think your dog is a cat.
Yes, both of them have determined that they're cats. But this one, he's the big one. He's like an 84 pounder. He's really too large for that, or you would think he is, but he just curls up all nice.
He's like, nope, I'm staying here. And if you don't like it, deal with it.
Cat.
All right, Rick, I'm rolling a religion check on the doctor.
Do that on the one symbol. Ooh.
Oh, yes.
Very good. Shaylin is his goddess.
Okay.
She is the goddess of art, beauty, and Taldorans.
Isn't she the love goddess as well?
Yes, she is.
Okay.
Freedom, artistry, and all the above.
So a hippie, I got you.
And her brother, for just a side fun note.
The symbol of who? I'm sorry.
Her Shaylin, S-H-Y-L-N. S-H-E-Y-L-N. Sorry.
Okay.
And her brother, funny note, is Zan Kuthan, the god of the Cenobites and torture and self-mutilation and all other kinds of things.
You know what? I don't question divine families. Mine's just as fucked up. So
I hear you there. Yeah, it's kind of you go from one, you're going, oh, that's so wonderful, to no, just no.
Just nope one out of there.
That's
nope,
a nope.
Nope.
Big old nope. All right. So, last time we were all here, even though Max will be cutting in at some point when his phone's working, you all went up to check out the caves. You rid out the storm, came back north. Of course, you guys dealt with the Incutuli, the ones that wanted to just get on your head and suck your brains out. And then you guys went in, found the scum inside, and then... Actually, it wasn't scum, was it? It was... what were they? Not scum, I'm thinking differently. Our little octopoid shark creatures.
Grindylow.
Grindylow, and there were a couple of octopoids, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, there were.
And all of you had a fun time battling the Grindylow. And if anybody watches the video, then you ran into Brine-Tooth. Of course, Brine-Tooth was the queen of the Grindylow in this area, or at least as Markel would put it. And so she bowed down, gave her deference, and got you guys out of a fight with Brine-Tooth. So now you've made sort of a kind of a treaty with her. A neutrality treaty.
For which we gave up shiny things.
Yes, shinies. Sadly. Shiny baubles.
Yeah.
To Felix's dismay.
Quite a large amount of shinies, if I recall, too, like in terms of just value.
5 of them, and about 100 GP each? I don't recall.
So all of you have...
Felix is less concerned with the size or value than he is with the amount of shininess.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you all, as a party, swam back up out of the caves to the shore, to Felix's dismay, where he looked like a matted, just drowned cat. And you had some turtle soup. And that's where we left off. Got a big old turtle shell. Don't know what you end up using it for, but you got a big old turtle shell. It's about a 5 foot by 3 foot or 4 foot turtle shell.
When we get back on the shore, all our gear is still there.
Yeah, it's surprisingly no monkeys have come through and taken it, and no one has killed you for it. So it's all good. Yeah, I bet you know what you're going to cosplay, too, with the turtle shell. Alright. So from there, what do you all want to do after you have the turtle soup? It's still pretty much mid-afternoon. Plenty of time to get back to the village by evening.
So, was there anything else that we wanted to investigate? Did anyone say anything about... Or was it really just a cave? I can't remember. It
was a bunch of caves, though there's probably more to them. But in order to do that, you would have to tick off the lovely trees.
I'm not in the mood to do that.
So, now...
I am not in the mood to get wet again, give away any more things.
You're the wrong campaign.
We do have a map that has a location of possible prisoners on it.
Yeah.
Yes, and that was just...
I don't know if anyone else was injured.
And that was north of you guys. You can look north through the forest tops, and you can see what looks to be a very large mountain.
It looks like Syl is probably fairly well injured, and so is Zara. Although I don't know how updated that was from the very end.
The last time, very updated. Yeah, okay. that was very updated on how everybody's doing.
Yeah, I'm down 6 hit points.
So, just so everybody knows, if you want to see at least the combat order, you should be able to click that button at the far right that has the 2 swords crossing.
Yep.
And that's got the combat tracker in it, and that'll show you general HP info, so you can kind of get an idea of what they're looking like.
Feridus is the only one not with you guys in that group. Feridus and, of course, Harcourt and Lyra are not in there either. So, get Harcourt out of there. for now.
I'm thinking we ought to go back to town for the night, and then we can make a fresh trek to look for prisoners tomorrow.
Yep, it's up to you. Now, from the shore, you can see off in the distance what looks to be another island out. Hang on here. Let me do the...
Another island? Ooh.
Yeah. It looks to be... Hang on here. Right out there. And you guys can see what looks to be the outline of an island in the distance. It's probably about a mile away. From where you guys are, about a mile and a quarter, because you still got the one little part of the island on that hook you haven't gone up and around. So, all right. Yes, Miss Shar, you have 2 potions of healing if needed. If we're not heading back to the settlement, then it's up to you guys. You guys have a campfire here. And if you want to stay here, you could.
And enough soup for several days.
Yeah, that's absolutely. You could also make, if you wanted to, jerky. Turtle jerky.
Yeah. I went away for a while and came back to Syl having all these holes in her, so she could use some rest.
Yeah. Syl was fighting the Grindylows and the octopuses. So, and she did okay. She had some horrendous misses, but she had some very devastating hits.
That sounds normal.
Yeah.
So does this party not have a healer? Should I have been a cleric?
That is the one curious thing you do not have in your party. You have an Inquisitor, but you do not have any sort of cleric.
Yeah.
Of any sort.
And I don't get nearly enough
now,
heals per day to
Felix
really
could do a split class where he's a sorcerer cleric. There's nothing against
I may have to do
Could go Mystic Theurge.
Ooh, there you go. Mystic Theurge.
Sorcerer Oracle Mystic Theurge.
Yep.
A Sorcicle.
A sorcicle. It's almost like a Susicle.
I gave my rule books to Mark. I can't keep up with all this.
If you want, I can bring those back. But that would be next year, literally.
Next year.
Do we have, I think we have potions, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we've been stockpiling potions.
Yeah, we've been stockpiling potions.
Yep.
All of my books now are in storage, but I do have all of my books on PDF also. So.
There you go.
Oh, and I also got the Ultimate Wilderness lately.
Ah, see? You know what you guys should do, and this is where I invested outside of it. If you haven't bought a lot of books, so Mark, if you haven't bought a lot of those, they have the pocket size. The pocket size are a soft cover of the books, and they're smaller, but let me tell you, they're $19. Cheaper.
Yeah.
And if you just need a few, yeah, small print, there is that. So you may need a magnifying glass at times.
It's about what I bought the Ultimate Wilderness for, but I bought it used off of Amazon. It was a pretty good cut. I mean, it was pretty much new. I mean, it looks pretty much new. I didn't notice anything that made it seem used when I got it.
A lot of people are getting ready for 2E, so you're gonna find a lot of 1E books out there.
All the better.
Yep. So you guys can, if you want, the party can stay here. You have enough fighting elements that you can easily stay on the guards and have no issues.
So Markel's going to say, well, that was certainly a harrowing experience. But I still have a little bit of business need out here. Who is my person who can identify rare plants and animals? Who is that? And she just kind of is pointing and looking her finger, and she kind of points to the orc.
Yeah. Aurora's like, oh, I think that's Shara, and then like intentionally gives Shara the eye of like, haha, it's your turn.
Yeah, poor Shara.
Shara, darling, you look like a woman who can identify all kinds of things that grow out of the ground. Now, if you don't mind, I think while these lovely employees get their rest, you and I should go out and find something good for our dear alchemist. Well, don't you agree? Of course you do.
You see the silence from Shara. It's just almost like deafening. Alright. Let's see. Alba.
Shara's about to be my new best friend.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so Shara Markale voluntold you to come with her and help her identify
plants and things.
Yeah.
Felix is going to very diplomatically point out that he comes from a city in a desert.
A city in a
Aurora takes the moment to note that he is very useful along the shoreline where there's lots of sand.
I was. That's one of the reasons our stuff didn't get stolen. Is I buried it. Remember?
I came.
Is that where all that sand came from? Got it. Okay.
I came across a lot of sand as I walked over here from halfway across the planet. Like 50 years ago.
Yeah,
Markale clearly has a perfect eye for business. Must I tell you this? Of course I don't. Sarah, darling, what I'm looking for is something delicious and something exotic. So, all of you, set up camp. You're in charge. And she points to Adeland.
It's amazing that she does these things to you, Shara.
Wait, you pointed what?
She has that charm.
Aurora gives Markale the look of what the frick?
says Yosef, trying to build up and grab firewood.
She looks at Aurora. I'm giving you a vacation, darling.
Oh, yes, of course, wonderful. Yes, please, Markale and Shara, please enjoy your time and take as long as you need.
Well, you can either go to the north or you
Aurora,
can go
don't get lazy.
The east. Come on, hurry.
Bye, everyone.
Which direction are you going, Shara? East or north? Oh, it hurts.
Does that say Sithily?
Sithily.
You didn't see the comment about sand from Chunk earlier?
Oh, I did, okay.
Alright, so going east while the rest of you kind of huddle in and find your little huddle space.
So
yeah, start setting up a fire. Well, the fire's already set up. Start setting up a camp.
So, okay, Syl needs some heals, so I'm going to handle that right now before we get too far. This is 1d8.
All
I
right.
don't know if this is going to roll it.
So, ladies, you guys go out to the east, into
Roll
the
well.
forest. Do me a favor and, Shara, make for me some rolls, either on your knowledge nature or your survival skills. And then you can also augment those with your herbalist background.
+1, Josh.
Is that it? Oh, yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
Felix starts caterwauling.
Aurora looks at
"Oh,
Felix and mentions to him that it may not be a good idea to be quite so vocal out in the open. That may attract things that we don't want to fight at the moment. She continues to get very loud with her voice.
So help me, I'll tie you your tail with a sword. Chunk. Alright. So, make me some rolls, Shara. Let's see, nature check. Okay, so, your background, if you make a successful roll on your background, you can use a +2, which usually is a DC 15. Depends on how rare of item you're trying to find. If you're trying to find general healing stuff, no biggie. Yeah, too late. You're already going through the undergrowth. Very beautiful trees out here. There's a mix between the oaks and birches and some of the rosewoods that are out here. This area has some real exotics. It's not jungle. It's more your Tennessee type area of the U.S. trees, since of where this continent lies. You would think it'd be more tropical, but it's really not. It's much more deciduous.
Well, now that Syl has some healing on her, she will go out and hunt for food.
Okay. So, which way is Syl going? Is she going north or going east?
She's not going to stray too terribly far, but she'll go in. I don't know what the best direction for food would be. I'll let her survival determine that.
Okay. North seems like a good area. I mean, you can go up into this area.
Yes. The answer is yes.
Yes.
She found about 7 people's worth of food.
Yeah, what you find out there is a lot of little conies, like bunnies, and you find some...
She killed 5 families worth of bunny rabbits.
Yeah, you got bunnies, squirrels, and some birds.
Because I think it's every 2 points over DC 10 you feed one person. It's either DC 10 or 15 or something like that.
So you're well above. You're like 9 more people. So you found conies, squirrels, and birds. All right, so Shara, go ahead and roll for knowledge, nature, or survival to see what kind of plants you found out there.
The great thing is that all those creatures are small enough that she can make shish kebabs.
You can.
While that's going on, Aurora's going to mention to Yosef that he should probably, if he has the capability, to heal himself.
Yes, I do.
He took quite a bit of damage there, friend.
He uncorks one of the potions, and let's see what he does. Alright, so he does... There's 2 there. And roll 6 points.
Solid.
Nice. So he'll get a little bit back. Alright. Let's see. Yosef is now... Not bad. He's only down 3. So... Alright. So, let's see, where is... Yeah, her herbalist, yes, you had +2 to that roll, is what you do on that, Akeisha. It's actually quiet, it's peaceful, the waves rolling in. You see some little crabs running around, little Dungeness crabs running around the beach. You find some general poultice-like herbs that would leach out infection and possible diseases. You find some different type of plants in that area. Neck of the woods of things. Let me see. So that's a 14. Let me see. Get me an herb list. That's always, as a GM I need those kind of lists, but I never do them. Alright.
What about what now?
Oh, herbs, medicinal herbs list.
No.
Let's see. Medicinal herb list. There we go. Let's see what they have. God only knows. They got to have something. Yep. Herbs and drugs. Let's see. Ian World. Ian World has it for all games. Gotta love them. Alright. Alright, so it says... medicinal herbs. Do they have...
Mark Hale doesn't know that. Mark Hale's not anywhere near there. Ha ha ha.
Right. But I'm using the OOC command, so ha!
So what you find out there is you find rhubarb, ginseng, and some lemon balm while you're out there. And about 3 doses worth. There we go. It's up to Mark Hale or you, either one. So, Create a makeup line. Oh my god. Oh, it hurts. It hurts.
Think of it, Shara. We could use all of these plants and things to make foundations and blushes and eyeshadows. Oh my god, I love a good eyeshadow with a nice shimmer to it. Think of it. We can call it Nature's Bounty Makeup.
Oh.
Why, we could even found a foundation in your color. We'll make it out of algae.
Yeah.
Don't worry. We can get the details later.
Oh, you two. All right. You guys gonna keep going and looking further?
Yeah, I'll keep the herbs to find herbs.
All right, the herbs. We're going this way. And that'll be about as far out as you both will go. It's about a quarter of a mile away from the group. So, let's see. Real quick on that. You'll have some wonderful, wonderful fans of this, especially since Alba was having you look for such things. Alright, as you guys come to this area of the forest gives way to shattered fragments of rock and stone, the barest recognizable remnants of a lost civilization jutting from the grass and shrubs is a stone promenade, 10 feet wide with intermittent flights of short steps that climb up a gentle slope, miraculously unchanged despite the titanic upheaval of the pass. Walkways extend east and west briefly before terminating into the hills, just a little bit to the north, with what might have been rubble of buildings. Solitarily, seemingly intact, is a tower that is visible on the northern horizon approximately about a mile away. And that's just a little bit more to the north of you that you see. So it would be right where that whole O is the whole area of it. Maybe some sort of palisade or city or some sort of area of research. It's very, very old. Okay, let me turn that down a little bit. Sorry. There you go. Better? It's okay. So, what you see is the forest terminates into what looks to be a ancient structure of sorts. It's like an open area where there were some buildings, walkways, palisades, and there's a lone tower just a little bit to the north of it. And the buildings are on either side, east-west, with some where you're coming in as well. It looks like there are buildings there that you see, Shara, as well as Markale. There are some herbs growing around here, it looks to be. There is some thyme and some Jinab, which is... Jinab basically is a form of no-dose type of herb that keeps you awake. And there's about 4 or 5 doses worth if you want to grab it.
And how do you spell that?
Let's see, Jinab. 5 doses keeps you awake. And then the other one was the thyme, and thyme is an antiseptic. The nice thing is if you do it right, you can not only collect it, but you also can possibly regrow some in a garden, maybe outside of your guys' place. Who knows? You get an herb garden going.
Sure, darling. This place is magnificent. Have you ever seen something like this?
Mm-hmm. You guys are enjoying the soup back at the camp as the waves come in, bringing shells and other things, and you actually see something shining in the foam out towards some debris. Looks to be wood of sorts.
If it's wood, but it's shiny.
Mm-hmm. You guys, as a whole, spot it from the firelight. Something is glistening
Felix.
in that wood pile.
Felix can't help himself.
So Felix is running.
Felix is going to go into the water?
Felix is running. Yeah, all you have to get Felix going is shiny. Shiny.
Yes.
Yeah,
shiny.
Joseph is like, wait, don't run out into the shore. There's things out there. Yeah, too late. Felix
shiny things.
Shiny.
Yes, Felix doesn't care.
Yes.
No.
So when Felix gets there, he sees what looks to be a bracelet of sorts. It is a electrum metal, and it has some small gems, blue gems in it.
All right. So he'll
bringing it back to the group.
Maybe. Yes.
I'll do an appraisal.
All right.
Try
so
to
do your
eat
appraisal
it first.
Rats.
All right. You think somewhere maybe in the 150 gold piece range, because electrum isn't the most rare of metals, but it's still easy to work with and fashion and malleable, and so it has a pretty shine to it.
Where did he wander to?
To the shore, out towards where F is, almost where the caves drop off, but he's just on the shoreline. So,
Aurora sees him looking at something, eyeing something very closely, and yells out at it, or not yells at him, but kind of says to him loudly, "So, what you got there?"
I hold up the.
You hold up.
No, this is Felix, not Painvin.
Yes, Felix is much less likely to steal things than Painvin.
Yeah, this would have been in
Painvin's
pocket and be like, nothing. There's nothing.
Nothing.
I thought I saw something.
I'd like to detect magic on it.
Okay. As you do your detect magic, you don't see anything right away that lights up the direction you're looking. In fact, there's no dwemer's at all.
Okay.
I think a couple of us had a little bit of a connection blip.
Yeah, I saw that. Everybody kind of went off, and then everybody kind of came back.
Yeah, Shara, I think we lost Shara, Aurora.
I'm still actually in there.
Felix. Well, you guys just disappeared off of my screen.
Oh, now I'm gone. Now we're all gone.
What? I'm surprisingly still here, I think.
Do you want me to save it and then...
Yeah, definitely save it, because it's it actually fully kicked me out that time, even though I still could move the map around, which is unusual.
All right.
Yeah, I was like typing, and I was like, why isn't my message showing up?
Yeah, I've had a couple problems this morning so far with connection, but I switched to my 5G network, or 5 gigahertz network, so hopefully that'll fix my end.
Function print screen. I'm going to go back and put that up in Discord for all the things there. And there's Control V. There it is.
Honestly, I'm kind of amazed at how well, because I'm in a hotel called Budget Suites or whatever, and so far the internet has been far better than AT&T's.
God, you gotta hate that. All right, so I am going to do a save on this, and then I am going to restart it and see what happens. All right, let's back out. So... yeah, you guys find some herbs. You know, it's amazing. In the herbs list, if you search hard enough, you will find things from time to time.
Nice. God, I'm gonna be so rich. I mean...
Who's gonna pay you money? These guys don't have money.
Yes. Actually, some of them do. The colonists do have some money. But
Markel's gonna have to dive into the barter system and start to barter for better goods that way.
But that's the point. You set up the colony, you set up trade with all the surrounding areas and the homeland, and you're right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
You know, set up colony, question, profit.
Yep.
I don't know if you could hear that eye roll, Josh, but that was a loud eye roll.
Oh, yeah. The eye rolls just
But to be fair, that's probably Markel's line of thinking, actually. Almost verbatim.
Yeah.
Oh, God, I wish I could disagree.
Yes, but then you'd be lying, so lying is not good.
What are you talking
exciting.
about? Lying is Markel's best, one of her strongest suits.
Hey. When have I lied?
Stretching the truth, maybe? Okay.
That's similar, but not so.
Well, we figured out that you're not whatever Pathfinder race you selected, and you are instead a gnome.
You are insulting gnomes, sir. Do not insult the gnome race.
I'll have you know that I'm a very entrepreneurial Undine, and I use the philosophy of the sea to inform my practices.
What philosophy is this? Because I don't know if my Undine is aware of it.
Well, it's like Charlie the Tuna.
Well, it's, we're from different parts of the sea. Clearly, you're from like, the north, I'm from the south. It's, yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Still have never heard of it, but...
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to mess with your cultural sensitivity. I'm just, just trying to be respectful.
Cultural and sensitive. Always interesting. God, I love this little book that I've looked up. I have to download it.
I did a similar thing with gems a while back, but I never did anything meaningful with it. Forgotten Realms apparently has this sub-rule system where you can add gems to certain magic items you create for extra benefit.
Oh, cool.
That's a beautiful thing. Mine was just showing herbs, medicinal herbs, and it gives you the time of year even. So you got your spring, summer,
that's
fall,
cool.
winter. So you guys are in the spring, so it's easy. And then they have it for temperate or tropical, which is really cool. That'll make things easy. All right, so now you're back. Got at least one back.
All right. Now there's 4 of us back.
Yeah, I had to log in 3 times before it let me.
Yeah, it was a little bit slow on the uptake, but I got there in the end.
All right, so that's back at the camp. I'm gonna shrink that for when you guys will need that.
Ooh, it's so big.
It is. It spans 2 screens.
Yes.
At 1080 resolution, no less.
I know, right? Well, you guys always say it's so small. I'm like, okay.
I don't ever say it's small. Those maps are freaking huge.
Yeah, they really are.
Yep.
But to be fair, they're meant for full table size, actual adventure maps. So
well, yeah.
I can't complain much.
All right. So there's the regional map. That should bring everybody up on that. And then I'll bring up the combat counter in case we need that.
Jesus. Spent half my day just trying to shrink the size of these windows down.
I know.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. It is an unfortunate thing, but what you gonna do?
I'm gonna have to buy a bigger screen.
Yeah.
That's gonna have to be a really big screen, Chunk.
No.
I'm not mad at this.
All right. So, Max has gotten the shiny, or Felix has. You ladies have come upon, Shara and Markale have come upon the ruins. Do you want to go back? Or...
So, I wanted to say, I say to Shara, darling, I think that now that you've gotten these herbs under control, we're going to have to go back to the others and tell them about my brilliant discovery.
Oh, it hurts. It just hurts.
Oh, don't worry, Shara. I see that expression on your face. You are going to be my senior and expert horticulturalist.
What Shara always wanted to be. Your senior horticulturalist. Oh, that's why Shara left Andran was just for that adventure.
Oh,
hey Rick,
Yes.
I don't see any maps.
Well, Max, you should have them.
So if you go to Images and Maps, Max, you can pull up the region map and Talmandor's bounty map, and then shrink them down.
Yeah, it just popped up.
Yeah.
There you go. Does everybody have them now?
If Rick goes in and reloads them, it's huge again, and that has to take about 15 minutes for the rest of us to resize them. So I'm hoping he doesn't have to do that again.
Yeah, no, it just popped up.
Good.
Death by map.
No,
you helped. Lost to drag Markel through the scratchy underbrush on the way back.
And I'm sure Shar is also plotting to drag her through as many shallow creeks as possible on their way back too, if there happen to be any, to make sure she gets a little wet on the way back as well.
You hear the screams, you helped!
Sarah, darling, don't take it the wrong way. It's just that, well, I obviously wasn't looking at the ground for plants, and I saw it first. Ow, ow, ow!
And you guys can see, there is Shara pulling Markel through the brush out with scratches on her. And they're coming back with some plants and other things, but
Shara, you're so sensitive. I had no idea.
Oh, yes.
Felix is still utterly absorbed. By the
bracelet. Everybody else is probably chuckling, watching.
Aurora's pulled out her bedroll, and she's and has rolled away from the direction that she knows Markel and Shara should be returning from. And even when they return, she is doing her best to act like she is sleeping hard.
So Yosef approaches and he goes, Markel, what were you doing? Playing in the bushes? You look all scratched up.
Well, this is the life of a seasoned adventurer, after all. Don't worry, I have some creams that will make all of these abrasions go away. But anyway, so Shara was looking for plants and grasses and, all of those things. And then what do I see? What do we see? Together, both of us. Kind of. But we found a ruin. An absolutely magnificent ruin that's going to be an amazing tourist attraction. We have to investigate it and make sure, well,
I found something shiny.
Oh, well, what did you find? Let's see it.
Shiny, yeah, exactly. At that point, there is the
Felix holds up the bracelet.
I can see Felix now as he just slowly the hair on the back of his neck goes up to Markel.
Markel looks at the bracelet like a little kid just showed her like a sucker covered in sand. Oh, that's nice. Well, I found a shiny, gigantic ruin, but that is also something that has value.
At this point, Aurora... Go ahead, Laura.
I was just going to say, as soon as Adeline hears about a ruin, she's up and she's packing her stuff up and she's saying, okay, take me to the ruin.
Yeah, Aurora has rolled back over to the other side and is looking at Markel kind of like blank stare, like, did you just say ruins?
Let's see. Shara, did you find any tracks? Not that you saw. But again, you both kind of just glanced it over, and we're looking at the ruin as a whole. So you'd have to do more of a deeper check using a survival. So yeah, Markel kept you distracted enough that, you didn't really get a good look to see if there were other tracks.
Aurora makes the recommendation we return to the colony. And that we grab Lyra, who Aurora believes would be very useful with the ruinous traversing of ruins.
I think I could cover that.
No. Aurora's not making mention that we can't handle it on our own. Just that the extra set of hands and the extra carry weight would be helpful.
Felix does not like
Adeline
ruins.
wants to go to the ruins now.
Well, Felix can stay behind with Chunk, and the rest of us will go enjoy ruins.
I know.
Felix doesn't like that plane either.
Felix doesn't like many
Felix
planes.
may not have a choice.
You all are making decisions about my ruins without my input. Now,
Deadly quiet.
I agree with Aurora. I think that we should head back to town. After all, we have to tell the villagers about the whole brine tooth thing before someone gets eaten. And, well, we probably should let the people know that we found some positive things so that, they don't mutiny and stop turning into customers. And we probably want to get some gear. I need a new adventuring outfit.
And you probably want to give those herbs that I'm certain you found to the one back at the colony that's really good with making potions and stuff.
Aurora, don't be silly. I didn't find the herbs. That's why I hired an orc to do it.
You hired her? Oh.
Hired an orc?
Aurora says just absent-mindedly, how much did you pay her?
I'm sorry, what?
How much did you pay her?
Well, Shara was happy until she heard you say hired an orc. And then it all just went south.
Markale is staring at Aurora blankly.
Yosef's like, you could just see the scrinch as he puts his hand to his head after she says that about the orc.
So yeah, we're returning to the colony, right? That's what we decided?
Yes.
I want to go to the ruins, but if everybody else wants to go to the colony first, I will. But I'm dragging my feet, and I'm really just dying to get to see what's over there.
It's about 5, so the sun is starting to go down. You guys would probably reach camp in the dark.
I think we're all fine. It's just the shore. It's not like we've got the one little creek that we've passed before, but we've been this area before. Like, we know generally what to look out for, so we should.
Yeah. Well, the Ancutulus thing kind of gets you a little bit weirdy because at night they wouldn't show up too well, especially in the brushes. So there is some danger of that. And the fact that you don't know what else is on this continent. I mean, other than small animals and Grindylow and the goblin monkeys and of course the the chokers, you haven't seen a lot. And nighttime is a good time for chokers and for Incutuluses to get the better of you. Especially traits.
So camp. It is time to camp.
You may know.
That's what I'm hearing. It's time to camp.
Yeah. Let's camp here and then go to the ruins in the morning.
So, yes. Still would like to rest up. Her murder quotient is much higher when she has more of her hit points.
Okay. So, who is going to do... Let's do... hang on here. Let's write this down again. We got... Shara. And we got... Chunk. Adeland. Syl. Markale. We got Felix, and who am I missing? Shara, and then we have Yosef. All right,
Aurora looks at Felix and says very, very flatly, "Don't worry about undead. We have them taken care of. I promise."
Yeah. Famous last words. I always love those.
You beat Felix to it. That's exactly what Felix was going to say.
The famous last words. It's always that way. It's like, we got this one. No biggie. Okay. Yeah, I'm glad you think so. Until the GM threw in that damned mind flayer. Oh, wait, they aren't in Pathfinder. Oh, wait, maybe they are.
No, they are. There's a version of them in Pathfinder. I mean, to be fair, if you're throwing a mind flare at level 3s, we should just quit.
No, I wouldn't do that to you guys. I would only throw intellect devourers at you guys at level.
Oh
3.
yeah, only. Only at level. Yeah.
I wouldn't be that mean.
Are we, Rick? Are we all rolling perception checks?
Yes. Yeah. I've got Yosef's there. These are passives for the night. Now, anybody on watch can also roll me an active one when they're on watch. That way.
Okay. Aurora says she's going to take one of the watches, and anyone else is welcome to join her.
All right. So do me the 20 will be your passive, and then let's see. Azlant is an 18. Anybody that's also doing an active one for the watch in the night, then just let me know. Let's see. 8 for Shara. Chunk is a 18.
Yeah, that's the passive. I'll probably
those are all passives.
Since I'm unwounded, I figure that I can take a watch.
Felix got 13. What's Markale's? Markale's is yours up there. And there's Sills. Sills a 14.
My passive?
Yeah, because... And then if you want to take an active watch, let's see, a bloody 8, I know. Well, that's just for when, anytime you are not actively on watch, to spot something going on.
Markale doesn't believe in taking watch.
Okay.
So
in other words, Markale's going to go to sleep. We all figured that was not a question.
Markale, do me a passive anyways, because that'll be like things like when you're sleeping for you to wake up and how quickly you'll wake up. Because if somebody's sneaking away... You might actually hear something creak or break. You never know.
I was trying to see if I had alarm. I don't, though. Darn.
It only lasts for 2 hours.
Oh, never mind.
Really silly in Pathfinder.
All right, so who is going to do the... Let's see, Aurora said she's going to do a watch.
So Aurora's going to recommend that Shara join her for that watch, whichever watch they end up doing.
Okay. All right. So.
Oh, no, you
just wrote Felix's.
Felix, you wouldn't dare.
He's a cat. Of course he is.
Poke.
Hey, just be happy he doesn't go and sleep on your face.
All right. So, Chunk, Shara, and Aurora, roll me your active ones now. It's just another perception roll. This is active.
Laura said she was going to do one too.
All right, so 21,
yes.
Nice, Chunk. A little bit better than your other one on that one. Oh, yeah, 23 for Adeline, so that's perfect. 22 for Aurora. So everybody who's on the active one is looking stronger so far.
There you go. Heck yeah.
So Shara's got a 22. You know her passive is 8 and she lets her guard down. Everything else works pretty good. Don't turn it up much, bug. That's it. Well,
so when Aurora and Shara are on watch, they're gonna bond. Aurora's gonna ask questions related to the whole budding relationship between Lyra and Shara.
All right,
she's trying to figure out and learn how this whole relationship thing works. She's totally confused.
All right, so we'll do Aurora and Shara on watch 1.
There you go.
Chunk will do 2, and then Adeline can do the wee hour 3 one. And then everybody else kind of sleeps, unless you want a second person on your watch.
Also, Aurora's going to use the opportunity during that first watch to actually do a Cure Wounds on Shara, so I'm going to roll that now as well.
Okay. All right. So, you guys eat. It goes into the evening. You guys do any preparations for spells or reading or anything else you need to do, praying, any devotions, and it is now about 8 in the evening, and it has gotten very dark on the island. There is some moonlight. It's about a quarter moon right now. And it's the 3rd month of the year, which I forget what the 3rd month is. Let's see. Galarian, Pathfinder, Yearly calendar. I should have all these things, but hey. Alright, so the yearly calendar for Golarion is in Fairest, is the third month. So it is Fairest on the 14th, which is it's their 5th day in the week. So Fairest. And so it coincides with the calendar that this is right now a quarter moon working its way back to another full moon again. And so, pretty quiet. You hear a lot of noises out in the jungle. Or woods. Not jungle here, woods. It's just, let's see. So we'll gain 2 hit points. Yep. Sharpening her claws. Rick Kinshara regain hit points even though she will be... Yes, during the hours you're sleeping, as long as you get 8 hours of total sleep, yes. And you guys, to do that on the watch, you guys are going to do probably close to a 12-hour where you get up at 8 in the morning. Some may get up a little sooner than sleep all night, but the rest will get up around 8 o'clock in the morning. So, yeah, I figure because it'll be 3 watches, you got to add 6 hours. So, in there, it's going to be almost like not really, well, it'd be 10, yeah, because you got to add 2 hours for each person that'll stand to watch, an extra 2 hours. So, yes. All right. Again, lots of noises around. You can see some Grindylow swim out from the tunnel and go out somewhere, but leave you alone. And, around second watch, which is during Chunk's watch, you're staring out into the woods and you see almost smoke or glowing on the horizon to the east where you saw Shara and Markale come from.
All right.
It's not a lot of smoke, but it's you would figure a campfire worth of smoke. That somebody is either camping or cooking over that direction.
I'm making a note of that.
Okay. All right, so who are you waking up first?
I'm going to wake up the cat first.
All right. So, Felix, you feel yourself being shaken a little bit by your buddy, and you know it's Chunk from the size of the hand.
Like, hey, man, what do you see over there? Do you smell anything weird? What's going on?
Okay.
All right, do your kind of a sense roll. If you have smell, you can use your perception smell, or you can use your perception sight, whichever one you want to do, or both.
Mine marked broken out.
You should use perception whiskers.
Yes.
Yeah. Perception. No, I mean, I don't have any special perception.
Okay, so just do your perception on active, since now you're being asked to look out that way and sniff. Oh yeah,
20.
Felix, you know that has to look like a man-made campfire out there of some sort.
Okay.
Or a demi-human made one.
Yes.
So you can see it. It's directly in the woods where Markale and Shara came, but it's over in the area, about the area they described would be where the ruins are. So somebody else is camping over that direction.
That makes me a little bit nervous.
Could be the Lannisters.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And you could have the bloody night sleeping instead of the bloody wedding.
Yeah.
So, who's particularly notable for stealth, and should we do a little
How far away is it?
It is, let's see, I can tell you the distance there. It is from you guys about 3/4 of a mile.
See, I should be passable at stealth, even though you'd think a
I wonder if we should go check it out.
Your stealth one's probably depending on how Shara was built for her ranger, might be.
Yeah.
Your investigator, Yosef, might be, depending.
Yeah, that sounds tasty. Well, the thing is I don't completely know everybody in the party yet. That's why I woke up the cat first.
Yep.
Because I'm fairly stealthy.
Well, in my experience, you're probably a little stealthier than me, but that's because I tend to just bull through things.
I say a couple of us go check it out.
Okay.
Well, need to wake up somebody before we go.
Yep. So yeah,
I'm going to wake up Shara because she's looking pretty
Yosef
rested.
is about a 7 on his stealth. Because, again, being an investigator.
Yeah, send you two. I'm only a +4.
All right. So, Shara and Yosef, even though Markale is curious, but she's sleeping soundly. All right, so we need to do Syl will sleep for 12. Yeah. Yeah, Syl's probably not too worried at this point. All right, so stealth for Yosef is a 17 going out. Go ahead on that Shara. Shara's an 18. So they roll about average. It's kind of how it works in these days and ages. Let's see. There we go. And let's see on that one. All right. Excuse me. So you both go out into the woods. It is different being that it's night. Yosef is keeping pretty good pace with you. And you're making very little to no sound as you move through the branches and the underbrush. You come closer, you can see more light. And as you get close enough, you can see that there is a woman's silhouette by the campfire. The fire lights off of her hair as she rests. It's kind of almost a pinkish red, fiery red color. And immediately you recognize this woman as somebody you know, Shara. If you want to take guesses. It looks like she's sleeping in a little camp area outside, just outside of the village area. Yeah, the ears, as you get closer, the ears give it away. That you note of, let's see, what's your passive on that? Yeah, Yosef grabs you in time for you to hit a wire with some metal on it, and it starts making a clanking noise as Lyra sits up and her eyes open and she's staring right at your direction. Yes, but as you can see now from what Yosef grabbing you, she has put up a twine barrier all around her at 2 levels. And she's put items that will make a jangling noise. And she is sleeping in her leathers. She goes, well, boo back to you. Aren't we the stealthy one? And she goes, hello, Yosef. And he goes, hello there, Lyra. I tried to stop her, but she ran into the twine. She goes, well, you're welcome to come over to the campfire. Depending if the rest of them are waiting on you or not. So, to your happy surprise, you have found Lyra Heatherly. Camping out and maybe looking at the ruins out there. Like you both are. Yes. She goes, well, you're welcome. When you go out and do exploration, you have to protect yourself and find ways not to be surprised. She goes, if you had gotten in a little closer, an alarm would have gone off. But now that I've deactivated it. So, she is out there and waiting. The rest of you at the camp have noticed they've been gone now for about 25 minutes. Doesn't look like there's any trouble. You don't, as you listen, you don't hear any fighting in the air. Though, Felix, you think you heard something like maybe a bell like they use in cat balls to play with cats? Possibly. Depending on what that does to you, I don't know. Cat folk are all different when it comes to that.
It does make me curious as to what's going on.
Ears flick over that direction. That's the fun part.
I'm definitely going to move to the edge of the camp.
All right. So Felix moves to the edge of the camp, as you all can see, almost like he's heard something. Yes, tails. Yeah, the tail is twitching. All right, so she invites you two both in to sit and have a little bit of ale with her on the edge of her camp that overlooks, and Yosef is definitely intrigued with what outlines he can make at this hour, as the moonlight does light up a little bit of the stones in the area and the highlights of the ruins. So, they're gone for easily more than 40 minutes. So they found something, you're guessing. But you don't know what. So, let me see, I'm going to pull up this one. And it will be, you guys are down there. Oh, it's always fun expanding these maps. Alright, so gotta move those guys over to this one. Ton of fun maps. Alright. Hang on here real quick. Layers. Alright, let's do this. I'm going to shrink this one down here in a second. Alright, I'm moving you three off of there. The rest of you guys, I'm keeping on there. Alright. Sorry, I'm shrinking the other map down. Alright. Okay, so let me get Lyra's thing onto here. Bear with me real quick, folks, while I do that and get the other one kind of open. Okay. Where's my layers? Oh, I never know how these maps will end up. Alright. Ruins. Alright. Okay, you got Yosef here. You got Shara here. And then I'll give this, even though the rest of you guys can see this. Uh-oh. Why is it saying runtime error? Good God. I love it. Alright, so I'm going to have to reboot this dang thing up again. It's about how it goes some days.
Yeah.
Really? You're not going to let me? Alright. It's not letting anything. Runtime error. Stop. Save. Alright. Token. Alright, everybody, bear with me. Here we go. I'm about to shut it all the way down.
Beep boop.
I love these things. Alright, let's do this. Since we got the lunch break, let's take 20 minutes. Let me figure out what's going on with this. We'll meet back on here about 12:40, and hopefully everything will be up and going. Sound good?
Okay.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. See everybody back on then.
Oh,